Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 1 of their Division 1A battle. Curious board needs 5 taps, not getting them, and the bar will hang. That'll do it. Not a hand, and at a bad time too, as the game is droughting him. He's got no room to burn, and that's gonna do it. Scooty's gonna take game number 2 on an early top out. Still fighting these pieces. Oh, that's gonna do it, I think. Only flat burns are possible, and I don't know. Yeah, Curry's gonna top out there at 601. Blue Scooty at 900,000 is good for the set. All right, we have readies from both players, so let's go ahead and get started with the Division 1B match between Rahmations and Cobra. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left. Rolling out of the United States with a laundry bin and an NTSC PB of 6,529,000 points. Now, if you're lucky, you may get to see a Rahmations dig on the Classic Tetris League channel. It is Rahmations. And on the right, with a fresh PB of 1,635,000 points, rolling out of the United States, it is Cobra. And Rahmations with a couple of interesting things happening on the board. That's looks like it's only going to result in 3 burns, or 2 burns rather. Nope, it's 3. Nope, it's more than 3 because the pieces suck. Some creative solves there. Means that Rahmations not going to be in an endless dig, only going to take a couple burns. But Cobra will take an early lead, but not anymore. It's actually very neck and neck. And Cobra's like, uh-oh, I better push down. So, Nations. Very interesting columns, 8 and 9 right now. Sets up a J tuck and gets that one resolved. There are so many J's in that sequence. And there's more J's coming. J, 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 J. Another Tetris for both players. 209 for Cobra, 190 for Rahmations. Pretty close early on. Did I miss an NTC glitch that was actually funny? I don't know if that was an intended bit. Judging from the way that the pieces were flailing around. But it works out. Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure I have Carl Casey on this. I do have Carl Casey. I am not used to this all this metal, though. I can feel like most of the songs have been songs like this. DM me this playlist. It's literally Carl Casey on Spotify, just random. Just use them on random. It is all Carl Casey all the time. $341 for Rahmations, $313 for Cobra, but there is a difference of 8 lines, which means that Cobra has a pace lead of less than the Tetris. Yeah, not on YouTube, it's Spotify. Although I imagine he's on YouTube. Just white bad audio is all it is. Approaching the 100-line turn here. These two have been playing it pretty close all game. $433 for Rahmations at 100 lines, but has a little bit of traffic to dig through. And 432 for Cobra at 100 lines. Neck and neck. Another Tetris for Cobra. Rahmations will hit transition first on the account of being ahead by almost 10 lines. It's another Tetris to make it more than 10 lines. And one more long bar will get Rahmations into 19. There it is, 576. And he's off and running. Cobra having an equally efficient game. 536 for Cobra. Lost a little bit of pace at some point there. Now to burn some lines here, but we'll get the bar for the Tetris. Where's the bar for Rahmations here? Having to close the well. No bar coming. Setting up some tucks. Gets the bar for the Tetris. Might have to spin that S into place, and he does. Another Tetris, 687. Cobra weathering that drought now. And will score the Tetris at the tail end of that. Oh, Cobra's way behind on lines, yeah. But not enough to make up the difference in score. He's been behind anywhere between 4 and 12 lines, depending on who's been scoring what. The Tetris for Rahmations. Does feel like this is still in neck and neck territory. That's Cobra getting a very high misdrop there. Oh, and that T doesn't go over. And that's going to do it. Rahmations will take game number 1. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Right, we start off the next game. 19 was the difference. Rahmations able to stay alive. Cobra was not. First burn for Rahmations there. And Cobra only 3 burns. So early on, it's looked pretty good. Just get at it next game, yeah? Sometimes it can be very hard to forget about previous games, but Tetris, you really got to do that. Oh, Cobra needs a bar, and of course that's a drought happening. Gets the bar. It opens up the right side for the Tetris. That was starting to look pretty ugly for Cobra, but didn't burn a whole lot. Only finds himself down by about a Tetris in pace. As both players will score a Tetris there, and Cobra will score another one to just about equalize the lines. 211 for Rahmations, 192 for Cobra. About a quarter of the way through 18. Another Tetris for Ra, Tetris for Cobra. Very good looking boards. Rahmation building up, gets the bar. Cobra will get it as well, as we're just about piece for piece. Cobra unable to use those bars as he had to create a delayed burn, but will get a bar for the Tetris very shortly after uncovering the well. Couple of tucks set up. Rahmations gets them both done. Bang Tetris. And at the half, it's going to be 349 for Rahmations, 309 for Cobra. Kyle says now it's Cobra's turn to cook. See if he can do that. Another Tetris for Rahmations. Cobra having to open up the right side. It's going to burn away some of that pace. So it's a 3 Tetris lead for Rahmations right now. Rahmations, bit of traffic on the board. It's going to have to dig through this. Wait, that's not right. Maybe someone that knows the command, maybe remove that bracket command. That is not correct. Tetris for both players, 472 for Rahmations, 414 for Cobra. About nearly a 3 Tetris lead for Rahmations as we hit the 100 line turn. Level 19 will soon be upon us. And of course, we'll have one more match after this, as your reigning defending champion Dog playing Tetris will be playing Tetris against the Somalian captain. But first, we got to resolve this match. And right now, both players looking for a bar and not finding one. Can Cobra get this clear before the bar comes? He can. Bang Tetris. But it is a big lead for Rahmations right now. Bang Tetris to go to 613, 497 for Cobra. Level 19 is just about here. And Rahmations will Tetris in at 637. Cobra will also Tetris in at 545. So that is a 92,000 point lead for Rahmations. It's 4 Tetrises. Pretty much on the button. Another Tetris for both players. Cobra having to put a hole in row 1. Gonna be spending some time getting this cleared out. Gets things back over to the right. Safety burn for Rahmations there, but covers the well just as the long bar shows up. So both players having to do a little bit of burning on 21. Rahmations will Tetris into 22, 773. Cobra cannot find a bar. Finally does for the Tetris, 661. Another Tetris for Cobra. Bit of a complicated situation for Rahmations. Missed the T-spin there. But will score a Tetris for some relief, 813. Bringing this board down. Still needs another burn. Not getting the piece for it. Finally does. Doesn't have room to burn, though, so has to cover the well again. This is getting dangerous for Rahmations. That doesn't burn either. Oh, this is trouble. Has to get something to the left and does get the long bar. And finally getting some good pieces to burn this down. Cobra has caught up. 831 for Rahmations, 814 for Cobra. We're in level 25. And Cobra's ahead. Tetris for Rahmations, but still has a hole to uncover. Oh, and makes another one with that Z. And Cobra has taken the lead off of this. Another Tetris for Cobra. Oh man, Rahmations, this is such an extended dig. Give him the bar, please. Enough of this. The bar's not coming. But there's a Tetris for Rahmations into 28. Looking to still max this out in regulation. We'll get the Tetris to go to 972. And it's set up. And there's the bar, max out. 1,008,000 into the kill screen for Rahmations. There's the max for Cobra into kill screen, 1,017,000. This is neck and neck. And will be decided on 29. Tetris for Rahmations brings them to 1,088,000. And the key tuck at 29. A Tetris for the B. Rahmations is pulling ahead. And there's a cheese bar for Cobra. Rahmations will take game number 2. It was a hang of all time. Yeah, it was one of the hangs of all time. Looks like Rob's going to play this out, level 33. Oh, he's going to need a Rahmations dig if he wants to survive this. What the heck? We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Cobra, you appear to not be tapped into NTC. It looks like it's fixing that. We're good. Nice spin there for Rahmations. Just needs the bar. There it is. Oh, and the Vits. Disgusting delayed Vits there. High score. Get things started. Tetris for Rahmations. And push down point coming in 3, 2, 1. There is 6 points for Cobra. Cobra does not like tie scores. Board's getting a little high here. Where's the bar? That 15 drought was just a warm-up for the main chorus. The Tetris for Rahmations. And the Tetris for Cobras. Both players will survive that back-to-back drought. And the Tetris for Ra. Cobra setup just needs a bar. There it is. 191 for Rahmations, 166 for Cobra. Cobra with that square. Just chonking down the middle of the screen. Big old chunky boy. Cobra having to play one row off the ground for a little bit. Gets another Tetris there. There's one for Raw. Pace lead's about a Tetris for Rahmations. Maybe a little more now since Cobra having to burn to maintain the center well. We'll score another Tetris there. Gonna try to get this back over to the right, it looks like. And that's exactly what I'll do. Rahmations pouring it on this game. 3:30 at the half. Cobra at 291. So 39,000 point lead for Rahmations. Looking to take this in a sweep. Cobra gonna have to do 3 in a row to get on the board here in Division 1. Another Tetris for Ra. Ra brings the board all the way down 4 lines at a time. Another Tetris, 446. Doesn't quite sodium pace, but it's up there. Another Tetris for Cobra. And Cobra doesn't have a bad game going either. This is still a potential 600 pace game for Cobra. Oh, Rahmations with a misdrop of the J. It's going to allow Cobra to perhaps get back into this. I think that was an attempt at a spin tuck spin for Rahmations. That did not work out because it spun on the same row. Ah, the old square hang. Can it get resolved properly? No, it cannot. So Rahmations going to be burning a little bit here. This is Cobra's opportunity to try to get back into this, but that opportunity does not look like it's going to go anywhere. Unless he can resolve that bump on the left side. Oh, misdrop of the T. Oh, misdrop of the long bar. What's happening on Cobra's side? Just taking whatever burns he can to get that left side open to at least get rid of one long bar dependency. So what was an opportunity turned into a little bit of a disaster for Cobra. Rahmations about at the level 19 transition. We'll hit it here with this long bar to go to 617 on the single. Another Tetris for Ra. Cobra, Tetris away. And there it is, bang Tetris, 506. So 111,000 point difference at transition. We'll see if Cobra can keep it going. In 19, absolutely needs to keep pace to have a shot to stay alive. Tetris for Rahmations. Cobra can't find a long bar here. But we'll get one into, well, not quite into level 21. We'll get that Tetris into 21. Still a 4 Tetris pace lead for Rahmations. There's Tetris for Cobra. Another Tetris. Still 140,000 points for Ra. Another Tetris for Cobra. Ra looking for long bar. Rahmations, where is it? There it is finally. Another Tetris. Good burns there for Rahmations. Probably might be trying to sit up dirty there, but just burns it out as soon as the long bar shows up. Tetris for Cobra. Cobra is slowly bringing this back. 67,000 points is the lead for Rahmations. Surviving another drought, getting back-to-back bars to bring that all the way to the bottom. Rahmations taking care of that hole in the stack. Oh, but this board does get the bar over to bring the board down with a Tetris. Another Tetris for Cobra. Level 26. We're getting pretty close to max outs. Cobra building up, waiting on some bars here. There's one for the Tetris. There's a Tetris for Ra, another Tetris for Cobra. This is neck and neck in pace. Cobra with a slight pace lead by much less than a Tetris. We'll score a Tetris there. And with this burning Rahmations is doing, Cobra may actually just outright take the lead here in a moment. And there it is, bang, Tetris into the lead. Both players have maxed. Cobra has a 3,000 point lead, now 2,000. Tetris for Ra, Tetris for Cobra. 300 points separate the players. Another Tetris for Cobra. Look at that, 314 in favor of Rahmations. Cobra set up, ready to go. There's the bar for the Tetris. 1,089,000 for Rahmations into 29. Cobra still has one more Tetris. Is set up, needs the bar. Level 30 for Rahmations. Bang Tetris for Cobra, 1,185,000. Another Tetris for Cobra. But Rahmations strikes back. 1,185,000 for Rahmations. 1,228,000 for Cobra. Cobra with another Tetris. Almost has a 1.3. Tetris for Rahmations to get the 1.2. It's one Tetris difference. Leveled 31 for Cobra, 33 for Rahmations. Cobra with a couple of misdrops there, but low enough on the board that he can deal with it. Gets everything in order. Tetris for Rahmations. Rahmations is only 10,000 points back. Cobra needs a bar. Oh, Cobra hangs everything. And that's it. Ra, you're done. You won. You got it. A valiant effort from Cobra. Someone wanted the double D, by the way. There it is. Who was that? Powerhouse, you got the double D. There you go. You're a winner. Sup, Laundry Bin. Rahmations will take it in a sweep. Just no good follow-up pieces to be able to continue to try to go for a dirty Tetris there, so... But now we'll go in column 3. 170,000 point lead for Sodium right now. Another Tetris for Sidnev. Of course, both these players are capable of 19 plays, so a big lead early on doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Sidnev especially can have really good efficiency on the later levels. Sodium getting in trouble here as we enter a long drought. Sodium will get a couple Tetrises to get out of it. Sidnev will also open up the right well in time for the Tetris. So both players managing that 30-piece drought as well as they can. And we're approaching 100 line turn, and compounding the fact that Sidnev is having a bit of a suffer game, Sodium is on 700 pace right now. And then add a Tetris to go to 574. Sodium has just been on fire. Yeah, what is this pace? It's 700 pace. It'd be low 7-0 something, I believe. He does have 3 burns. Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah. I was talking about this during my Challengers stream yesterday. And that is exactly the adjustment I was talking about. Where you just temporarily move the Tetris well to column 8 because you get S pieces in columns 9 and 10. And then you get the Tetris and clear out the S pieces and you just go right back to 10. It's such a good adjustment. It's not really an adjustment. I mean, it's just you're focusing on the pieces. Look at this. 712 is Sodium's transition score. Certainly one of the highest transition scores that I've seen in a competitive game. It's no Dan V, but you know what is. 550 for Sidnev, which isn't bad. Especially considering how much Sidnev was digging on 18. It's just not 712. Sodium is just out of this world right now. But we are entering 19, and this 175,000 point lead might shrink a little bit as Sodium has not been able to stay clean for very long. Although Sidnev also not staying clean, but does get set up for a Tetris there. That's pretty wise to keep a little bit of efficiency going. $809 now for Sodium on level 22. Another Tetris for Sidnev. Sodium again getting to a bit of a dig here. This is just allowing Sidnev to reduce this lead. It's now down to 130,000 points. Sodium trying to keep the well open, waiting on the long bar, but look what we got. We got a little mini drought forming. It gets a couple of Tetrises to bring this board down. 906 here on level 24. Sodium appears to have righted the ship for the moment. Sidnev, column 4. Nope, not going to score a Tetris in it, just going to take the triple. Sidnev has been playing exceedingly safe today. Maxed out for Sodium on level 25. And add a Tetris to go to 1,032,000 into level 26. Sidnev will go into the same level at 909. So it's down to just south of 130,000 point lead for Sodium. That sounds like a fairly big lead, but I don't know if I trust that lead right now. Sodium's going to have to stay efficient. As we all know what Sidnev is capable of late. Another Tetris for Sodium. This is definitely a 1.2 game. Unless something goes catastrophic. Sidnev having a bit of trouble here on 27. We'll get a Tetris, but it's going to start burning this down in preparation for level 29. Sodium can't quite get set up here. Finally does. And will Tetris in at 1,217,000. And we'll start playing level 19 very low on the board. Sidnev a final Tetris, 1,094,000. And we'll see what these players are capable of here on the kill screen. Tetris for Sidnev drops the lead to 100,000. Another Tetris. So Sodium just trying to dig and get down to the bottom. But Sidnev has almost caught up. Only one Tetris down now. Can't quite get set up, though, and misplacement on the L. That should not be fatal. Oh, Sodium gets a Tetris to get the D. 1,304,000. But the board was compromised a little bit. But he's still fighting. Level 33. 64,000 point lead. Oh, come on, NTC, please. NTC, not like this. Not like this. Okay, it's fine. We're still seeing stuff. We're fine. Sidnev board is spiraling out of control, but so is Sodium's. 1,322,000 is the top outscore from Sodium. But Sidnev is dangerously high on the board. As Tetris Champs has decided to work again, thankfully. Needs a long bar. Gets the long bar. Doesn't get the 5 tap, and Sodium will take game 1 by less than a Tetris. Count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. As good as Sodium is, my money is on game 1 being his best transition of the set. Right now, Sidnev 1-0 as NTC decides to be weird again. There it goes. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's an internet issue or a computer issue or something, but it does fix itself, and as long as it's fixed, that's all we care about. Sidnev maintains this 1-point lead. Cobra, welcome in. We'll be seeing you a bit later. Taking on the laundry bin. And also Rahmations. Roman Jarl, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Both players with the same burns now, but Sidnev will take another burn to take the lead. Interesting L placement. Don't know if that was a misdrop or intended to try to burn it down with another L, and it looks like it's a ladder. Look at this drought, though. Sodium in a lot of trouble, but does get the long bar. 29-piece drought this game. After that 30-piece drought in game 1. And that certainly has shaken up Tetris rates a little bit. Nice T placement there, but unfortunately another square showing up, and Sidnev absolutely refusing to make a square tower, which of course is the right thing to do, and often do you see people do that. Very often. Another Tetris for Sidnev. Guilty as charged right here. I make that S tower or the square tower all day. Right now, there's a Z tower in the middle of the stack that Sidnev's going to have to figure out something to do with. Passes on the Tetris to settle on the long bar dependency in column 3. Sodium with the Aki bar is ready for the Tetris. So is Sidnev. Dirty Tetris for Sidnev. And a Tetris for Sodium. Just like Colin says, 4 lines at a time. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with Cold Bucket. Delayed Vits are a rarity in terms of decent stacking. There are times you want to do it. I just don't think many of them are good. Wallband says, okay, Sodium, I see you. Oh, T-spin? Yeah, that kind of a... Not a T-spin, but the move there for Sidnev. That's a JD, right? I remember that correctly. Long bar bang Tetris for Sidnev. This is a much closer match here in game number 2 than it is in game 1. And another little drought coming in, but both players will get the bar for the Tetris. 412 for Sodium, 350 for Sidnev. 6 lines separating the players, so that Tetris for Sidnev will catch things up there. And another Tetris means we're within 1 Tetris of score now. 19,000 point lead for Sodium. Ian says delayed LJ Corion is worse than the delayed Vits. Yeah, I don't even do that if I don't see the second piece in the next window. You're just making an isolated dependency for no reason. Sidnev getting up pretty high here, and you can see why. Long drought. Longest one of the match so far. It'll go 34 pieces before Longbar shows up, and both players able to handle it. 514 for Sodium. Another Tetris go to 494. It is still within a Tetris. There's the Vits for Sidnev. Not even delayed. Beautiful. Taking some safety burns, and you can kind of see why. It's happening again. There's the long bar, and both players will transition. 561 for Sodium, 525 for Sidnev. Here we go, level 19. Last game, level 19 belonged to Sidnev, as did 29. And you can see already, Sidnev closing the gap down to 14,000 points. You have to take some burns here, though, so I'll give some of that pace back. Sidnev set up. Sodium looking to set up. Has the double well. We'll fill it with the Aki bar, and we'll get the Tetris 696. Tetris for Sidnev 685. This is a close one. Another Tetris for Sidnev, 714. There's Tetris for Sodium. Sidnev another Tetris, 745 to 757 for Sodium. Small drought there. Dirty Tetris set up for Sidnev here after that missed S-spin, but can't find the long bar. There's the long bar. Dirty Tetris opens up that hole. That was a very clean recovery there from Sidnev. Didn't even lose any pace either. Yeah, those burns might lose a bit of pace there. 851 for Sodium, 829 for Sidnev. It's still very close. And if Sidnev has the 29 that she had last time, might be a best of 3 here, so Sodium's going to have to stay efficient. And Sidnev will bang down another Tetris. We're getting close to double max outs. For the second straight game, line spin for Sidnev. And another Tetris. And a Tetris for Sodium. There's the max out for Sodium, 1,022,000. Sidnev 4 lines ahead at 969. Gets the bar, Tetris, there's another max. Sodium unable to score any Tetrises on 27. We'll get a Tetris there, but this game has knotted up right before transition. It's only 50,000 point difference, a triple into level 29 for Sidnev, 1,020,000. As we have another drought coming in. This seed has been dry. Tetris for Sidnev, back by only 20,000 points. And there's the lead for Sidnev. Sodium trying to hang on. Oh, Sidnev, board's breaking down. Trying to get some last lines here, but it's not going to happen. 1,112,000 is the score that Sodium needs to beat. I don't know if it's going to happen. It will not. Sidnev will take game number 2 by 10,000 points. Why wouldn't I say that out loud? You said it in chat. Here we go. Game number 3. We'll count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. I'll also point out that both players died to the same drought. We were talking about how dry that seed was. I think there were 5 droughts, 20 pieces or higher that game. It was just wild.